Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your weekly advice readings. Because of some technical difficulties, I've actually had to redo the weeklies. And so I just decided to start from the 25th and cover the time frame between the 25th of January until the 5th of February 2017. So this is the time frame for these particular readings. And I also wanted to do something extra. So we're going to do the usual format, if you will, for the weeklies, but I'm also going to incorporate additional messages that I plan to deliver in a bit of a psychic reading, if you will, just to see what additional messages we get, to see what you think of this little extra little something for the weekly reading. So that's what we're doing. Remember to watch your moon and rising sign readings as well for additional messages, additional insight. And thank you in advance for being here, for subscribing, for liking, sharing my videos, for commenting, following me on the socials. It does mean a lot. I do appreciate it. Okay, so let's get into the readings. I hope everyone has a really great time ahead and that you enjoy your readings. Take care. Hi Taurus, and welcome to your weekly reading. Welcome to the time frame of the 25th of January till February 5th, 2017 for your reading, for messages of guidance, of advice of what may be coming up for you. So I'm using the Green Witch Tarot deck, and if you're interested in this deck, I'm also linking the description of it or my review of it in the box below the video. The description box below the video. And let's jump in and see what we have coming up for you. So in your current situation or your main focus, we have the Seven of Wands. So with the Seven of Wands, you know, a lot of you are either dealing with some new boundaries, some new ground rules, you're establishing some new ground rules, you're redefining roles and responsibilities for those of you with the Seven of Wands. This is also you standing up for yourself, or a need for you to speak your truth and assert yourself with the Seven of Wands. It could also be a very, very busy time where you are expected to wear a lot of different hats or take on a lot of different responsibilities for several people around you. And this could be with work, this could be with work and family, this could be with relationships, friends, family, work, and all of it kind of coming at you at the same time. The Seven of Wands is a good card because it tells you that you're in a good position to be able to stay on top of everything. Any of you taking part in any sort of selection process, the Seven of Wands is telling you that you are in an advantageous position. You stand out from the rest, you stand out from the crowd. So definitely don't try to fit in or blend in. What you are, what you have to offer is what sets you apart, and that's a good thing. That's what is getting you noticed. With the Seven of Wands here, there could be some clarifying conversations or some truths being revealed, not necessarily in a very I don't feel like it's going to be through a fight or anything, but the Seven of Wands tells you that if you ever do get in a difficult position or you feel like you're pressured or anything, you can assert yourself. You should assert yourself because you can do this in a loving way. You don't have to explode. So try to stay calm, but definitely speak your truth with the Seven of Wands here. And establish some boundaries, some ground rules. Your main opportunity is the Green Man card, so the Fool. So with the Fool as your main opportunity, this is a card that talks about you have the opportunity to start fresh. You have the opportunity to create big changes in your life at this time. You have the opportunity to free yourself from a situation that has been limiting or restricting you in some way. You have the opportunity to follow your own dreams. So I feel like a lot of you could be having conversations and establishing some ground rules in terms of, look, I've been doing everything for you. Maybe it's time for you to start doing things for yourself. Or, you know, with people that you've started to help, just intending to help them that one time, and it kind of turned into a regular thing. And with the Green Man, you have the opportunity to give those responsibilities back to who they actually belong to. The Green Man is also a card that talks about freedom, joy, refreshing energies, new beginnings. It could talk about Again, taking off on a significant trip, moving, feeling more free because you have clarified certain things. Falling in love with this energy could also happen. And with the Seven of Wands, like I say, you're getting a lot of attention. So definitely socialize this week if you're interested in meeting someone or during this time frame. You have the opportunity to fall in love here with the Green Man. And you also have the opportunity to start walking your own path. So if you've been thinking about establishing a new direction for yourself, changing careers, changing who you hang out with, leaving a relationship, starting a relationship, starting a business, moving, the Green Man says that it's a really good opportunity for you to use this time frame to your advantage to accomplish your goals. Your main challenge, we have the Wild Hunt or the Tower. So the Tower's main challenge is the changes that you are thinking of making may really shake things up for yourself, for those around you, for people you work with, for people in your family, your relationships, and so on. And the challenge is trying to stay calm through the storm, okay? There may be some arguments, there may be some people who are not happy with what you're trying to do. There may be some people trying to tear you down or hold you back. And so the challenge is follow through, believe in yourself, assert yourself, remember, assert yourself, create those boundaries, those ground rules, and free yourself from this negative energy. The Tower also represents instability. So for some of you, it's a big change that you're trying to create, and the challenge is, not to be afraid of not knowing, not to be afraid of change. With the Tower showing up, a change is necessary. And so just focus on that. Focus on the fact that it's for the better, for your highest good, and try to stay calm and keep everyone calm through this transition is also what the card talks about. If you do have, people not being happy with what you're doing, and they're coming at you or they're making comments or anything like that, assert yourself, but with diplomacy, with compassion, with professionalism. Don't let it turn into a massive argument where things are said that cannot be taken back. And you do have the opportunity to free yourself, to regain your independence, redefine who you are, who you want to be, where you want to go. And it's a big opportunity, but it will create some big changes in your life, and you need to be prepared for that, is basically what the card says. It's also a card that says don't rush into anything, don't be impulsive, okay? Your advice is the Seven of Chalices or the Seven of Cups. So with this card, is pretty much telling you, look at all your options before you decide what you want to do. Again, don't be hasty. It's also another 7 in here talking about your personal truth. What is true to you, what really matters to you, what is important to you, what is that you truly want to accomplish here, what is it that truly makes you happy here. So take some time to contemplate. Don't be foolish, don't be impulsive, don't shake things up if you don't have to with this energy. It's also a card that says that you do need to keep going in a certain direction, so you need to pick a direction and then start walking that path. Indecision is going to cause instability and perhaps people acting foolish. It's definitely saying you need to take action here. You need to assert yourself. You need to establish some rules. You need to establish some boundaries. Don't be passive and hope that it gets settled or sorted on its own, because that may again cause instability, arguments, tension. So with the Seven of Chalices, just think of your options, contemplate, and when you're ready, when you've made up your mind, you act. You let people know what you're thinking, you let people know what is going to happen, what you plan to do, and then you stay calm and you keep walking that path regardless of what goes on. And in the outcome position, we have the High Priestess. So with the High Priestess, this is following your instincts, staying true to your instincts. It could also be being on your own. It's study, individual study, or studying yourself, reflection, expanding your knowledge. So maybe taking on an actual course or a class to further your education. It's also a card that says keep things to yourself until you know what's what. Keep things to yourself until you know what you want to do and how you want to go about it, so that you don't create instability, so that you don't create conflict if it can be avoided. But trust your instincts. You are in touch with your truth here. You know what needs to be done. Trust your instincts and move on. Trust your instincts and move forward with it, is what this is telling you. And you are walking into a new world. You are taking on a new path with the High Priestess. You know some things you don't. So just keep your eyes open, your mind open, your heart open, but follow your instincts. Trust your instincts. And for some of you with the High Priestess, you may be leaving a relationship and being on your own here, working on yourself, because that is what makes you happy. For others of you, you're starting your own business, maybe a spiritual business with the High Priestess. For others, this is a guide, a mentor, someone teaching you. But it is a new path meant to bring you balance. So let's look at your additional messages, additional psychic messages. We have the card of Observe here, the number 12. And this comes from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck. And so with this card, first of all, it kind of confirms the reading. I don't see this card. I wait until the end to kind of turn it over and see what the messages are. But it does talk about take your time, contemplate things, think before you act. But definitely, once you are in touch with your truth, once you know the answer, assert yourself, speak your truth. For others of you, this is, I feel like you are being observed. People look up to you. You set the tone. For others of you, you are becoming a teacher or a mentor to someone. Focusing on your spirituality. Working with crystals comes up for some of you. Teaching comes up once again. For some of you, you have been waiting for a sign, and you will receive it during this time frame. Pay attention to colors. Pay attention to the significance of the colors you see, if you see a color everywhere. Numbers as well. Research what they mean. Research what they symbolize. Pay attention to what you see. There will be signs, there will be symbols on your path. But you have to be open, you have to be willing to see them. For some of you, you may be having vision problems during this time frame. You may find that you need glasses, or it could be to do with migraines or dizziness or vertigo. Definitely, talk to a professional about it. But for some of you, it will be because of downloads you receive. Especially if you've been doing more spiritual work lately. For some of you, you're starting to meditate. I feel like you could be researching it, how to do it properly. And the message is just go ahead and do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be someone else's vision of how you do it. You don't have to have candles. You don't have to have crystals. You don't have to have soothing music or whatever. Just quiet the mind. Take a few deep breaths in. Relax. And you're meditating. It doesn't have to be complicated. For those of you who could be traveling during this time frame, maybe to a place where there's bad weather. So prepare for that. Just be safe. Maybe kind of check forecasts before you go. For those of you who are definitely studying, I see lots of notebooks open, lots of books open on a table. Don't pressure yourself. Don't push yourself. Clarify, clear things up. Come up with lists. Take notes. For those of you, I feel like you're going to start wearing jewelry with crystals or just crystals on you during this time frame. Some of you, I feel that you're specifically pursuing or looking for crystals that ground you, or working on your root chakra in particular. For those of you, it's your crown chakra and your throat chakra for your voice and speaking your truth. For those of you, I feel that you're either paying extra attention to body language or you're studying body language, how to read people, that sort of thing. Negotiation books. Presentations, going back to studying or teaching. It could be online, you teach online or in an actual class. Or at a gathering of sorts, not an official capacity. Okay, so that's just a few of the messages that are coming forward. But I hope the readings make sense. I hope that you receive some useful information, some useful guidance. Let me know. I'm looking forward to your comments in terms of how this makes sense to you, if it applies, how the additional psychic messages coming through make sense to you. If they do, do let me know. I'm looking forward to your comments. And if it's something that is of interest, I am considering adding just psychic readings to the channel as well, apart from the tarot readings and the oracle readings and all of that. So let me know how you feel about that, okay? But it's something I've been thinking about doing, and so it would help if I had some feedback. Of course, it was just very, very short, but we could get into it a little bit more if I start doing that as a specific type of reading that I post. But anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope that you all have a wonderful time ahead, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care.